Welcome back to another episode of Playing as X character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, where I take a look at characters that are not in the game yet, but have cards from the anime in the game and form a deck out of them for your viewing pleasure. And in today's episode, I wanted to play as Serena in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, mostly as an excuse to play Lunalight, since I haven't played Lunalights in a very long time, nor have I made a proper video on playing Lunalights, because my first video playing Lunalights, let's just say it was a little bit of a train wreck. So yeah, as you guys can tell, we're going to be playing as Serena in Duel Links. I got my Lunalight deck right here that I yoinked off the duellinksmeta.com. If I remember to give credit to the original deck list person, I'll do so, because as you guys know, I cannot make a deck to save my life, so I had to go yoink one for today's video. And this deck is pretty good for Lunalights, especially for how nerfed that they got, but still, Lunalights are not as good as what they used to be, and it took me a while to get some wins with this deck, but luckily I did reach Legend 2, so that was pretty cool. And the only thing that I would recommend for you guys to utilize if you do play Lunalights is to add Battling Boxer. I didn't open up any cards from that set, so I don't have any of that Battling Boxer that allows you to protect yourself from damage, so I'm going to replace him with Arcana Force Temperance for now. But again, if you have that Battling Boxer, definitely recommend playing that, because it'll be a lot better than this boy right here. But still, this is going to be the deck that we're going to be utilizing in today's video as playing as Serena in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Let's go hop into the duel replays, because I got a ton of duel replays to give you that spicy commentary for today's video. So I cannot wait to show you guys them, because this deck can still do some work against some meta decks. I was able to slap some meta decks around, but like I said, this deck isn't as good as it used to be, but it can still get some wins in the game. So if you want to consider playing Lunalights, you can still reach king of games with this deck. I promise you that. Also, I gotta give a big shout out to all the YouTube members at the Chaos Dragon Pioneer tier and above. Thank you so much to Kyle Morton for recently upgrading to a Chaos Dragon Pioneer member. At the time that I'm recording this, you literally did it today, so thank you so much. Thank you so much to Toby, Caboose 1241, and Mr. Caleb 1354 for continuing being members at those tiers. You guys are amazing, and thank you so much for your continued support. Okay, so in the first duel replay right here, I'm going to be going against a Yusei, and I forget what deck that he played, but we'll find out as this duel replay goes on. And also to break any confusion that any of you guys may have, yes, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, there's Serena on the screen, but fun fact, guys, it's actually Yugi. Get pranked, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to just put that in the video right here and now, because in my my Atticus video that I did for my previous episode for this series, a lot of people got confused on how I unlocked Atticus in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, but I didn't. I just edited in to have some extra editing for the video to make it more entertaining for you guys. Again, I'm playing as X character in the game, but all these characters that I'm playing as in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links are not in the game yet. I'm just utilizing cards that they use from the show that are already in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and make a deck out of them to pretend like I'm playing the character, and then just add a little bit of fun to it. I thought it would have been fun to like Photoshop the character into the video, but it's actually Yugi, guys. I'm sorry guys. Serena's actually Yugi. Mind blown, baby. Mine is actually blown here. Let's get into today's video. Again, I forgot what this Yusei plays, but we're gonna find out here soon. I did go first in this turn, but I couldn't really do any plays, or I didn't really want to do any plays with this version of Lunalights. A lot of Lunalight players have been playing Destiny Draw nowadays, so that they can draw into a core Lunalight card to go for the OTK, and that's why you rock 6 hand traps, so that you can protect yourself long enough to be able to get into your Lunalight combo. So I just ended my turn right away. I had a Spirit Karibo. We're chilling right here. He's gonna summon Aloof, and he's gonna be playing some good old Thunder Dragons right here, which are a little scary because Thunder Dragons are a pretty spicy deck. I might have to consider making a video on Thunder Dragons now that I have 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Hawk, because Chaos Dragon Pioneer can give you so much advantage with Thunder Dragons. It's actually insane. Anyways, though, this guy's going to be going into a Synchro Summon into Photon Strike Bouncer, a pretty good rank 6 to stop your opponent from going for plays. We're going to summon I cannot commentate. Holy, bro. Holy. Anywho, we're going to summon Emerald Bird and summon this card onto the field. This is one of our core cards for Lunalights because it's going to get the combos going. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to pop off with Emerald Bird because of Photon Strike Bouncer is going to use its ability to detach a material to negate Emerald Bird's effect, which is unfortunate for me. I won't be able to go for my plays, but it's not the end of the world if we still have our Emerald Bird on the field. Next up, I'm going to activate Lunalight Fusion, and thanks to the fact that my opponent has a monster on their side of the field that was special summoned from the extra deck, I was able to utilize one of my Lunalight monsters from my deck in order to go into Cat Dancer, which is going to be helpful because I can send Crimson Fox to the graveyard. And Crimson Fox is a very core card for this deck because of the fact that you can change once Crimson Fox gets sent to the graveyard by a card effect. You can change one of your opponent's monsters to 0 attack, and while it's in the graveyard, if one of your opponent's cards targets a Lunalight monster that you control, you can use Crimson Fox to negate it. So huge advantage right here, which is going to help us go for the OTK right here. I'm going to take that Photon Strike Bouncer and put it to 0, and I'm going to use Martin's effect to add Lunalight Fusion to my hand. And then we're going to use Cat Dancer's effect. Cat Dancer is fantastic for OTKing because if you use this card's effect, you get to sack off one of your Lunalights on your side of the field to make it to where your opponent's monsters can't get destroyed by battle until you defeat it or until you attack it for a second time, which is useful because we basically get to direct attack Yusei twice, even though he has a monster to defend himself. But, you know, we're just going to attack Bouncer twice and deal a ton of damage. Cat Dance is going to deal fat 2,400 points of damage, and we just win the duel right there. Spicy little OTK. Again, this deck can still win. It's just not going to be able to do it as consistently as it used to. So there you go right there. But yeah, free win, easy win. This guy got baited by my Emerald Bird, and I'll still able to go for some plays, which is very spicy. You'd love to see it. Next up, we're going to be going against a Seto Kaiba, and we're going to be going turn 2, which is fantastic. Because let me tell you what, I had such a difficult time getting a ton of duel replays because of the fact that, like, in all my duels, testing out Lunalights, I kept going first, which was so annoying, and it just did not help me when it came to trying to learn this deck. So I had like 7, like I literally had 7 losses because like 6 out of 7 of those losses I went first and I just didn't know how to play this deck. But I was still able to pick it up later on and get to Legend 2, which is good. But my training arc for this deck was a train wreck. Anyway, so we got an okay hand here. We summoned it to that Emerald Bird. I was expecting it to get Karma Cutted by Kaiba here, but that didn't happen. But anyways, Emerald Bird, another core card of this deck, because when you summon this card, you can pitch Yellow Martin from your hands to the graveyard. And if you send a Yellow Martin to the graveyard by a card effect, then you can utilize Yellow Martin to search for Lunalight Fusion. Then what you do with Martin while it's in the graveyard is that you special summon it back onto the field by returning an Emerald Bird or any one of your Lunalights from your field back to your hand. And then that's going to give you the 2 resources that you need to fusion summon into Lunalight Cat Dancer. I believe that's what the card's name is. I don't think we summon it to this. We summon it to Saber Dancer here. But still, that's a cheeky little way to get into Cat Dancer quickly. But in this situation, we want to go into Saber Dancer for a couple reasons. One, Saber Dancer is a very powerful boss monster for this deck because while going against Blue Eyes White Dragon, Saber Dancer is going to usually have over 3,000 attack. So Blue Eyes White Dragon won't be able to get over Saber Dancer. And on top of that, this card cannot get targeted by your opponent's card effects. So your opponent cannot summon Alternative White Dragon to pop it and get rid of your Saber Dancer. So if you get Saber Dancer out against Blue Eyes White Dragon players, it's going to be very, very, very difficult for them to get over your Saber Dancer. That is for sure. So make sure to go into Saber Dancer if you can, which luckily I did right here, which is fantastic. And then we're going to go deal some damage to Kaiba. Kaiba is going to summon Sage with the Eyes of Blue. He's going to add White Stone of Legend to his hand. And then what else is he going to do here? He's going to play cards of Constance to try to draw some cards. Search for a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Boom, bada, bang. You know how it be. He's going to go reveal Blue Eyes White Dragon to summon into Alternative White Dragon. Next up, he's going to try to trigger its effect, but unfortunately, I'm going to negate it with Crimson Fox. He's going to negate it with Divine Wrath, but that doesn't matter because of the fact that like Yellow Martin got destroyed because Saber Dancer can't get targeted. And then he's going to go into the summon into Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, and then he ends his turn. Next up, what we're going to do is activate our second Lunalight Fusion, go into the Fusion Summon of Lunalight Cat Dancer. Next up, we're going to do is activate Crimson Fox's effect to make sure that the attack of Spirit Dragon is going to go to 0. Karma Cut's going to trigger. I'm going to negate it with my, Crimson Fox in the graveyard. He's going to summon it to Zurai's Dragon. I'm going to destroy Zurai's Dragon and take him out with Lunalight Cat Dancer. The only thing I did wrong in this duel is try to negate that, what was it? I don't know if it was Karma Cut. Actually, what did I negate in that duel? Yeah, I negated the Karma Cut, but what was the other thing I should have not done? Oh yeah, I should have just ignored the fact that Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon was taking out my Yellow Martin. I should have not wasted my Crimson Fox in my graveyard to attempt to negate Blue Eyes White Dragon only because of the fact that Yellow Martin was okay getting destroyed in that situation, because I would have been able to search for my spell card. But that's not the end of the world because I was able to bait out a Divine Wrath anyways. But yeah, that was just a little goof up for me. But other than that, this guy just got absolutely decimated. Like, Blue Eyes cannot do much against Saber Dancer. Like, when he gets Saber Dancer out, it's pretty much an insta win, which is really nice. I'm going against another Yusei Fudo, which I'm surprised. I didn't know I went against 2 Yusei Fudos, but here we are. And we went first in this situation, so I just said to get White Rabbit since I had no hand traps. Your boy Yusei is going to go for some little synchro action here, and he's going to go into a Broniac Dragon of Ice Barrier and return my poor little rabbit back to my hand. I take some damage here, which is an oofy. Next up, what I do right here is I forget to activate my Destiny Draw. Shout out to misplaying, but it's going to be good because we're going to do our Emerald Bird and Yellow Martin combo to go into our Lunalight Fusion and then go into Cat Dancer real quick. Next up, we're going to trigger our Crimson Fox. We were able to pitch a Crimson Fox to the graveyard thanks to the fact that Broniac was special summoned from the extra deck. And like I said, Lunalight Fusion allows us to use one of our Lunalights from our deck to go for the Fusion Summon if our opponent special summon a monster from their extra deck. And then what I do right here is that I go for the attack. He tries to activate a Geki Break. I negate it with Crimson Fox. We both gain 1,000 points of life points, but it doesn't matter because I still am able to deal 5,000 points of damage with Lunalight Cat Dancer since Brownie equals to 0. And every time you attack with Cat Dancer, your opponent receives 100 points of damage, and then you go for the attack. So spicy, spicy, spicy OTK. You know how it be. Best duelist in the game, yes sir. This next duel, we're going to go against another Seto Kaiba, but this time it's going to be lame old dual monster Seto Kaiba. Who cares about this man? I sure don't. He's going to be activating peak performance, which is something you don't see that much anymore in Duel Links, but I start off turn 1, end my turn right away. He summons into Alternative White Dragon and summon into Sage with the Eyes of Blue. And then what he does is search for White Son of Ancients. Next up, he's going to go into the summon into Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon and attack me for 2,700 points of damage. Next up, we're going to trigger our Destiny Draw, and I'm going to search for a Lunalight Fusion here. I only did that because I just didn't want to risk getting Karma Cutted here, and I kind of just want to go for the Saber Dancer play immediately, which I did right here. Next up, we're going to go into Saber Dancer and pitch a Crimson Fox to the graveyard, thanks to the fact that our opponent has a monster that they special summon from the extra deck. We're going to search for another Lunalight Fusion for future plays and take out the Azure Eyes. He's going to try to activate Regeki Break, but it's not going to do anything because of the fact that you can only trigger and destroy his mountain since Saber Dancer cannot get targeted by card effects right here. He is going to be able to pitch a White Son of Ancient to the graveyard to summon into Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is going to be helpful for him. He's going to try to go into the summon into Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, and then he goes into Twin Burst. Twin Burst is going to trigger its effect to banish my Lunalight Saber Dancer, but it doesn't matter because he surrendered anyways. I think I still had advantage here because of the fact that I was going to be able to summon into my, my Saber Dancer. And since I was going to be able to summon into my Cat Dancer, I would have been able to get rid of his Twin Burst either or. So I was chilling. I didn't have anything to worry about here, in my opinion. So shout out to taking that care of stinky old Blue Eyes White Dragon yet again. But still, Twin Burst is a little scary. It was able to get rid of Saber Dancer, which is not fun at all, but still. Saber Dancer is definitely your best play against Blue Eyes White Dragon because there's a lot of things they can do against Saber Dancer, that's for sure. Next up, we're going to go against this cutie named Nikizo. What's up, girl? How you doing? How you doing, girl? We're going to be going against a Nikizo with a 28 card deck. That's pretty odd. I think this is a Noble Knight player, if I remember correctly. Like I said, a card instead of card face down. We're going to summon into our Emerald Bird and do our standard little Lunalight combos. You know how it be. Next up, we're going to go and summon into, I forget, do I go into Saber or do I go into Cat Dancer? I think I go to Cat Dancer in this situation just to save resources. Activate Emerald Bird's effect, special summon Yelmar and back into the field. And then we try to take out the Noble Knight card, but unfortunately at 2,400 defense. Next up, Akiza is going to go into the Xyz summon a Sacred Noble Knight King. Activate his ability and return our Saber Dancer from our field back to our extra deck. We're activate another Lunalight Fusion and go into Saber Dancer this time around. And then what we're going to do right here is that we're going to go use the Elmarin's effect, Crimson Fox's effect. We're going to trigger all the effects that we can here. Search for the Lunalight Fusion and might as well switch that card's monster or our opponent's monster to 0 attack. He's going to go into the Xyz summon of Sacred Noble Knight thanks to King Xyz's effect. We're going to go into Lunalight Emerald Bird, summon Emerald Bird and do our little standard Lunalight play right here. And then go into the fusion summon of Cat Dancer here. So now we got a 4K Saber Dancer and a Cat Dancer. We're swinging Cat Dancer. We're going to be able to take out this next monster here. And I probably should have just used Saber Dancer in the first place. But actually, no, I think I did the right combo there. But it's not a big deal. Anyways, our opponent tries to do stuff against us, but it doesn't matter. Even if they summon it to Dice Den, he's not going to be able to pop our Saber Dancer, and we would have been able to do a lot of damage to our opponent. So our opponent just kind of surrendered because they just couldn't do anything right here. We're chilling. We had pretty good board advantage. So GG to tier 1 Noble Knights. You guys suck. Next up, we're going to go against this Tutorius, and I was so happy for this one right here because when I was learning how to play Lunalights, bro, I went against a Desperado player and I just got destroyed because they were able to just get rid of all my monsters. I was able to summon to a Saber Dancer, but Desperado Barrel Dragon does not care about Saber Dragon's non-target effect because Barrel Dragon has a coin flip effect that doesn't target but destroys. So that is cringe. Anyways, though, we got a little stinky Sartorius right here, and I'm looking forward to Konami potentially nerfing Master Destiny again because this skill is so unfair. It is so annoying. They need to get rid of this skill. Like, this skill is so toxic, but we still pull through. That's why I'm showcasing this replay. Anyways, though, we're going to go into Lunalight Fusion. Head Judging is going to trigger right here, and Misjudge is also going to trigger. So Misjudge is going to trigger first, negating the Lunalight. Next up, we're going to go into Emerald Bird and try to play that effect, but Head Judging is going to mess up Sartorius here because I say heads, negate that effect right there, and Head Judging is good as gone. Next up, we're going to be able to go for some little Lunalight plays. And I just had my turn right here. I actually did not want to risk a fusion summon. Twin Barrel's going to trigger. Going to destroy our Yelmar, and we're going to take some fat damage here. I don't know why he... Oh, yeah, he didn't attack twice because he didn't want me to get Destiny Draw. But fortunately, had a Lunalight in my hand, or a fusion in my hand. Misjudge isn't going to trigger since he utilized all of his coin flips, since he did 3 coin flips in a row. We're going to summon it into a Cat Dancer, play Crimson Fox's effect. We're going to play Lunalight Emerald Bird's effect. We're going to be able to do the little OTK here, and Sartorius is out of here. Due to the fact that Sartorius activated his head judging on us, that was a big mistake from him, just because of the fact that since he did 3 coin flips that are guaranteed to be heads, due to that, I was able to bypass that misjudged negate ability and didn't have to worry about nothing, which is very good. Last duel I'm going to showcase to you guys in today's video is a good old meme. I forgot why this one was a meme, but all I know is that this duel is going to end very quick. Shout out to your boy Jaden. We're going to summon into the Emerald Bird. We're going to go pitch Martin. We're going to search for the Lunalight Fusion. You guys already know what's happening. We went through this 6 times now already. We're going to go summon into Cat Dancer real quick. We're going to get a Pooty Cat out on the field. And then we're going to go activate Emerald Bird's ability. Go Pangman Go. Gonna summon into his Fuma. Activate Secret 6 Samurai. And then just end the turn. Because he sucks. He's a loser. And now I know why this guy surrendered right away. It's because his internet was bad. That would explain it. I remember I was going autopilot in this duel, not paying attention whatsoever. And then I was like, oh, I won. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's video on playing as X character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So hope you guys did enjoy today's video. And if you guys did, you know what to do. Leave a like on the video down below and sub to the channel for more Duel Links content and other good content from me. Other than that, that's going to be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next Duel Links video.